It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission really is to provide you, the entrepreneur, the backbone of these United States of America, the hardworking entrepreneur with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you had for the people you're called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Shade, who's in the building today. And she's going to be talking about, yes, building a profitable online course. But more importantly, she's going to have some other ideas. What's going on, Shade? Welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show.
Hey, I just wanted to say it's pronounced Shadé. It's Dr.
Shadé.
Shadé.
Oh, gosh. I keep saying Shade. Shadé. I'm so sorry, Shadé. I apologize for that. I'm working hard on that. Shadé.
I've been called Shade a lot. Yes, Shadé.
How are you doing?
We said we're going to have fun. We're doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me on the Late Night Business Show. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here. Now, we're going to talk about the subject, but I love how you start off and saying you are a big deal and your business is a big deal as well. I mean, that's one of the phrases that I love that I see all the time. So I would love for you to talk for a moment about branding. What is branding? What do people need to know about branding? Because I know that's got to be a lead in to what we're going to be talking about, which is building a profitable course. But I know some folks out there like, all right, Shay, but I'm not even sure what my niche is, who I am. And if you can, and trust me, Shadé can handle this, ladies and gentlemen. There's two types of folks I'd like for you to talk to. The newbie that's very, very new, and they're like, okay, can you break it down for me? 1, 2, 3. And then that experienced person is like, I got to stop the rebrand again. Take it away.
Okay, so I always like to start with my favorite quote about branding. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room, from, this company you might know called Amazon and the former CEO, Jeff Bezos. So you want to make sure that you have a pulse on what people are saying about you in spaces and places and even online. And you want to be the person that narrates and crafts that conversation. So one of the things that we say on my side of the internet is your brand's a big deal and the world needs to know about it. The people that we pay attention to, this is for the seasoned folks and the newbies, are the people that are making the most noise in the marketplace and the people that are the clearest, and that we identify them as someone who solves our problem. So when I'm talking to people about building their brand, whether they are more experienced or they are new, there are 3 things, my brand trifecta, 3 things that you must do. Number 1, you got to get clear about who you are. No one is looking for a carbon copy of Beyonce or Oprah or Cardi B in the marketplace. They are looking for you, your unique talents, your skill sets, the problems that you know how to solve, the stories that you have, and the history that you have. Only you can bring you to the marketplace. So you really got to be crystal clear and confident and convicted about who you are. Number 2, you have to have a target market. So if you're a newbie, do not tell me your lotions, potions, soaps, and vitamins work for somebody who's 18 to 81 years old. That's not going to work for me. That's not going to work for your target market. Your audience wants you to solve a specific problem. They want to know who you are, and they want to know that you know how to solve their specific problem. So if you're brand spanking new, I recommend that you niche down. Get clear about who you want to serve, know the demographics and the psychographics of your target market, and talk specifically to them. And number 3 is you have to have an offer. You can't make money on the internet or anywhere else if you don't have something to sell. So you want to make sure that you are clear about what you sell. And I say those offers should be a Big Mac offer. They need to be magnetic. They need to solve people's problems, aid people's problems, and they need to convert. So we only make offers that are Big Mac offers, not Big M's, not Big Ma's, but Big Mac offers. So when you have those 3 things, that is the foundation of having a profitable online and offline personal and business brand.
Now, what do you say to the person that says, I like it, I'm with her, Shay, I'm picking up what she's saying over here, but I got so many talents. Like, she don't understand. No. She said you got to do something, but I can do a little of this and I can do a little of that. They just got to tell me what they want, Shay. And guess what? I can do it. I know it's unfair because people are at different levels, but can you speak to that person that's thinking that right now? Like, yeah, but like I've been trying to figure out like, but I can do it all. What would you say to that person?
I understand. You're a visionary. I am someone who loves to do all the things too. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy speaking. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy creating online courses, talking about branding, hosting events, doing all the things. Okay. My parents told me that you could do all the things if you just try, and I wanted to try all of them. So I get it. But when it comes to business, and when it comes to your target market, there's a finite amount of resources, okay? And there's a limited amount of time and energy and effort that we can put to all the things that we want to do. So this is what I tell my visionaries, even myself, because I sometimes I'm squirrel as well. What's the one thing that's going to get me to my goal the fastest? What's that gift? What's that zone of genius that is going to allow me to live the lifestyle that I desire? That is going to allow me to spend time with my family. That's going to allow me to travel. That is going to allow me to make the biggest amount of impact in the shortest amount of time. What can I do for the next 5 to 10 years to really make a massive difference in this world and a massive difference for my bank account? Can I be committed to collapsing the amount of time that it takes me to hit my goals if I just focus? So I encourage you for now, if you haven't hit your goals, what's that one target market? What's that one message? Who's that one audience and that one offer that will help you and scale to your goal, whether that is your first 6 figures or your first $1 million? Like, really, the power of focus will help you get to your goals faster. And once you hit your goals, have some fun and do the things you desire to do.
Hmm. Is it listening like Shay? I can hear her passion. I can hear the fire. Like she means what she says, and I feel it. But yes, I'm reading her bio. Some of you are reading the bio below. I know. Some of you are already Googling Shadé right now. You're putting an ADU. I know you're doing that, but some of you are listening. You're like, Shay, can she tell us how does she know? What's her backstory that led to what she's doing now? And what was that defining moment where she said, okay, I'm ready to help other people do what I know they should be doing. So you know the question, who are you and what makes you great?
So 9 years ago, I started my business. I actually celebrated 9 years in business this month. And I started my business in the Republic of Kazakhstan. Now, we're not going to talk about how I got there, when, why. I was just there. And that was the leap of faith. That was the catalyst moment that I thought was going to be it. But how many of us take a leap of faith to do something different and go someplace we never have been? And we know there's still more. There's a bigger calling on our lives. And while I was living 5,000 miles from everyone I knew and loved, I knew that there was something bigger that I was supposed to be doing. And a part of my calling was to help other people, inspire them, let them know that their dreams are valid and possible. So I started my business before I retired, before I left my international teaching job. I was speaking there too, my international teaching job, to take a leap of faith to bet on me. Now, let me tell you something. It wasn't easy. It was not always fun, but this journey of being in business for 9 years has taught me so much. I've grown so much as a person, a human being. This is like one of the most powerful personal development experiences that you can experience. So it definitely was worth it. But I took a leap of faith to leave my comfortable job to start this business online to help people. And through having mentors, through overcoming roadblocks, and through finally understanding the power. I know Shay talks about this sales, because you won't be in business for 9 years without them. It's definitely made the difference.
And as they're listening, we're going to transition a moment over to a profitable online business, right? Profitable online courses. But for some of us, they're like, Shay, I mean, I got to see people. I got to be there. Can people really buying the stuff online? I got to stop. That means I got to slow down. And then I got to try to organize all these thoughts so I can get it to people I'll never meet. Take a moment. And I guess the question that I have directly is for the person that has a little hesitation, their mindset is a little jaded about trying to do something online. What's your words of wisdom to them?
So, what, in the words of Jay-Z, what is it? Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't lie. So we're going to follow some data, right? The reality is we are still we just endured a global pandemic. It meant that everyone, their mama, the kids, and the dog too, were online learners. The e-learning market is an over $100 billion, over $400 billion plus industry. And all the pandemic did was expedite that process. It made people more familiar with learning online and virtual learning. It made them more comfortable with this experience. And by virtue of us being at home, more people bought digital programs, products, and services because we could not go outside. Now that the pandemic has slightly subsided, it has just become a forefront. People decided to stay at home. We're seeing more jobs go remote. People understand remote learning, and it just became more popular. So now the demand is even bigger than it was December 2019. So you still have an advantage and a powerful opportunity to be on the ground floor of the e-learning industry. And people are learning how to do different things online all of the time. If Serena Williams can teach tennis in a course, the gifts and the blessings that come out of your brain can be taught in a course as well.
And I love it because I believe what you're doing right now is probably the second most important thing that a business can do, other than breathing. Obviously, of course, I would say number one is they got to generate some sales. But in all seriousness, I think it's the second most important part. And so, talk about what is an online course. You kind of alluded to it just a second ago, and then take a moment if you can and talk a little bit about how you do something one time. For me, I think the coolest thing is your labor is no longer involved. And then we're talking about how to be profitable. But for those folks that are on the fence, and you're like, I've been thinking about it, and they've been dabbling, right? And you're like, it's time to stop dabbling. You've got the one and only on the other side who can help you have a profitable online course. My question to her is to slow down again, which you just did, and then share, this is the most important thing you can do for your business today. And here's why. Because it doesn't include their labor. But what's your thoughts?
So I'm glad you asked me this. I recently had some conversations with different people about this particular topic. So essentially, an online course can be live or pre-recorded training where you are teaching your student something that they desire to learn. The goal at the end of this course is transformation. So for example, this morning I was looking at how to create a children's book using artificial intelligence. There was like a 3-hour course and I was looking at it. And by the transformation at the end is by the time I finish this course, I will know how to create a children's book totally using artificial intelligence, right? There are topics that you may want to learn. You might want to learn how to be a crafter or how to play the piano or how to start a business. People want to learn remotely and they want to be able to have information at the palm of their fingertips. We are used to that. We are glued to our gizmos and gadgets and phones. So people want to be able to learn quickly. Now, there's a subset of the audience that has no problem with going to Google University and YouTube University and just watching thousands of hours of videos. And then there's a select group of people who do not have time for that. They value their time and they value who they learn from, and they prefer it to be packaged into a program with a curriculum and steps on how to get from where they are, point A, to where they desire to be, point B. Now, you have taught people things. People know that you are an expert because they call you and ask you questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you are that person in your family, you probably should have an online course. If you are known for giving out free advice, you've helped people accomplish goals, you've overcome things that once seemed insurmountable, you probably have an experience, educational background, or expertise that could be packaged into an online course.
And impacting that online course, one of the things I love, and I want you to try to bring this in as well, is you're now able to go one to many. And in addition to that, the labor is no longer involved. I mean, I'll talk about that, but the whole idea, and I'm guilty. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm guilty. I need to get with Shadé myself. I'm guilty because I probably left a couple $1 million on the table by not slowing down. It's like I was driving this car. The car had a flat tire, or the indicator came on time I have a flat tire, and I never stopped to change the tire. And now we're in whatever year we're in now, and the tire's flat. And seriously, and so I lost a lot of cash not doing it. So talk about the power of going one to many. when you're able to do this online course, because it's going to change the dynamics for many of you out there. Yeah, you'll be online, but now you can go one to many.
So when I first started out getting my degrees in education, everyone said, "Oh man," they felt bad for me. They're like, "Oh, you're not going to make money. You're a teacher." Right? But the reality is online. You get paid more for what you know than what you actually do. There's a limitation to me doing something. But there's an infinite possibility for me packaging it up, putting a series of videos into a course platform and portal and selling it. There's no limit to how many I can sell. So this is the beauty of it. And this is how we know we're onto something. Oprah has online courses. We've seen TD Jakes with digital courses, Serena Williams. We're seeing billionaires during the pandemic. Instead of Sarah Blakeney of Spanx selling Spanx, she used her ads budget to sell the story in the course on how she built that $1 billion empire. So I was like, wait a minute. When we fought, success leaves clues. The numbers leaves clues. If we're seeing celebrities and influential people get into the digital product online course creation game, then we know we're in the right place. You don't have to go to the post office, which I don't like to do. You don't have to, you create this thing one time and it can sell over and over and over again. Now, I will tell you, technology is advancing at rapid speed. You may need to update it, you may need to come up with new iterations. But essentially, someone could find your link, your landing page. They could go and click the button to pay, and you could be paid while you sleep, while you eat, or while you're being interviewed right now. It happens again and again. You definitely need systems in place, but it's a business that can essentially, if you have the systems in place, work by itself so that it frees up your time so you can spend more time with your family so that you can do other things. We have people in our community that have digital products that they're selling continuously, and they run brick and mortar businesses, or they work and their digital courses are working on their behalf. So I definitely want you to understand that this is an opportunity. And I was talking to someone yesterday in our course Q&A, and one of the things we were talking about was hard cost. If you have a physical product, I have some nail polish. There's a cost of goods for your nail polish. How much it costs to make the brushes inside of it, the actual paint, the bottles. There's a hard production cost, the shipping that is associated with a physical product. Now, if I'm teaching you how to create your own nail polish in a course, my potential for profitability is really endless because all I got to do is create this course one time. Maybe I'm paying for a course platform, and maybe I'm paying for marketing, which is already an expense I'm already going to have as a business owner. And I'm paying a monthly fee, the subscription fee to host the videos that I'm creating. I create this product one time. I may have minimal upfront costs because literally you could be creating your course right on your phone, and I'm able to sell it over and over and over again. And at some point, it becomes basically pure profit. You can have 80 to 90% profit margins with the digital product.
I love it. So, what would step 1, 2, and 3 be? I mean, again, I'm gonna suggest y'all connect with Shadé. We're gonna talk about that. But if you're like, okay, Shay, they got it now. The mindset is there, and in the time I have, Shay, here's step 1. If you gotta create your product online, step 2, and step 3 that someone could just grasp like right now.
Step 1. Listen, I'm a Black entrepreneur. Many of you are Black entrepreneurs. Let's be clear. We don't got time to fail. So step 1 is we need to solve a marketplace problem. This is not the course that you want to create. This is the course that's going to make sales. So we solve problems. The world is full of problems. Choose one, okay? Based on your skill set, your experience, your expertise. Solve a problem. 43% of businesses that were funded failed because they failed to solve a marketplace need. So we only create things that solve problems that people want to pay us for. That's the baseline. That's step 10. Things that people said they want to buy from us. Number 2, identify the audience. I'm going to say part 1 and part 2 of number 2. Part 2A, identify your audience who you can solve that specific problem for. We got to get clear about that target market. And then part three of that is we want to survey them and ask them what they want to learn. Because part three is we sell the course before we build the course. Because again, I need you to be profitable. I only want to make profitable online courses. I don't teach people how to just create a course. Anybody can do that. I want you to be profitable. So the way that we ensure profitability is through data and market research. Because again, you got to make sales. We're in year 9 of the business. Maybe year 1, I would have told you just make your course. But in year 9, we got to solve problems. We got to talk to people. And we want to make sure we make sales even before we create the course. Because I want to position you to make money that's going to help you build out the course that you want to create. Do that before you finish even creating the entire course. I promise you, you'll be happy with me by the time it's all said and done.
I love the way you broke that down. And I'm going to ask you an unfair question, which is one of your superpowers is for the person that's afraid to speak, afraid to get in front of the camera. And I say afraid is just like, it's just not my jam. And they're like, you want me to create a course? And I don't, do I got to get in front of the camera? Do I got to, do I got to be the one, my voice on the microphone? I think it's a legitimate question. So I guess the question I'd love for you to answer is, do I have to be the one too, also trying to be the show person? Because, looking at you, Shadé, like, whoa, Shay, look at her. She got it. Like, can she just do my course? Can I pay her to write a check? And I give her the material, let her do my course. What do you say to that person that's listening and asking and thinking that question now?
So I was about to say, the first thing is, yes, we can help you get your course done. So the answer is yes, and it depends. Yes and no. So we talked about how the advancements of technology change what you're going to say in your online course. Well, we are in a new revolution. I'm so excited. It's called AI, artificial intelligence. You literally can hire a spokesperson to do all of your trainings and course materials for you. You can actually have them speak like you. We can actually get you on video, have some clips of you, and your mouth can be moving and it will be your voice. But you don't have to do the entire course anymore. So there are advancements in technology where I'm actually going to be talking more about this, how we can use and leverage artificial intelligence to get our courses created faster so that we can just maximize the results. So now we literally have no excuses. Before I would say you can do a PowerPoint course where you don't have to be a talking head on the camera. You can literally speak behind the PowerPoint presentation and record. But now with advancements in technology, you still can be visible but without being visible. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like we have no more excuses.
That's a perfect answer. I was hoping you would say that. That was like spot on, by the way. One of my favorite questions to ask is, of all the mentors you had along this journey of life, you had so many mentors. What's one mentor you've had and a lesson that we can take from that mentor that we can benefit from? And you at home, I want you to lean in, right? Because this is the opportunity where she's paying something forward. You may never meet her mentor, but you can take something that she's held near and dear to her, and you can say, okay, Shadé, thanks a lot. I can take what you have and you can benefit for the rest of your life. So I'm glad you're here. Every night daily, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You only need one idea, and she's about to share one now. Take it away, Shadé.
Oh my goodness, I've had so many mentors over these years. Um, okay, so the one person that comes to mind right now definitely is Lisa Nichols. And just looking at the life and the business model that she's been able to create as a Black woman, a brown Black woman, unapologetic about who she is and what she does in this world. And one of the things that people always asked her was like, were you scared? Were you afraid? And she's like, I did it anyway. What is it? Teeth chattering, knees knocking and teeth chattering. So it's not that we're being courageous because it's the absence of fear. We're doing it in spite of the fear. So there's been so many times in my business life that I haven't taken action because I was afraid. I was afraid of my own shadow. So now in this part of my life, I'm like, listen, I'm going to be scared, but I'm doing it anyway. So that's what we got. Just to do it. Just do it anyway. Just go after your goals and your vision. And I just think about the leaps of faith that she's taken and how it's inspired me over the years. Just do it anyway. You're going to be scared. Yeah, it's going to be scary. Those investments, scary. The bank balance, scary. Investing, buying something, acquiring properties, scary. Hosting your own events, scary. But we're going to do it anyway.
Good. We have a segment here called Today is My January 1st. And for those folks that tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, whether you're on the podcast now, whether you're watching live now, whether you're on the on-demand streaming platforms, or maybe you're on YouTube, you subscribe. We hope you do that and go over to YouTube to type in at I am Shadé Brown, and you can subscribe. You can go ahead and say those magical words. Today is my January 1st. And for all the new folks, welcome. You're tuning in for the very first time. Today is my January 1st is our personal mantra at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It represents a fresh start. Today is my January 1st represents a do-over. It means our past. No matter what that past is back there, it no longer equals our future. Happy New Year to you, by the way. Happy New Year to you. So my question to Shadé is, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And what was one of your January 1st moments?
Today is my January 1st, and what I hear is all of the opportunities, all of the things that I let self-doubt and lack of self-confidence stop me from doing no longer are relevant and apparent in my life. Today is a new day. New opportunities are coming my way. New self-acceptance has come my way. New confidence has come my way. And regardless of how I felt yesterday, that doesn't even apply anymore. And I'm going to go after the things that I desire to do today. So that's what that means to me. Like, I spent so much time, and I remember you sharing this mantra before, and I've shared it with other people. Like, today is your January 1st. We don't wait until January 1st. We start right now. It's about to be July 1st. That's my new January. It's a new fiscal year for people. Like, whatever happened prior, it happened. And really being clear, like, it's okay what happened in the past, but this is a new day. It's a new opportunity for me to milk these 24 hours that I have to make the most out of them. So I do love that. It allows me, like you said, to have a new start and have some new energy. Like, New Year's bring new energy, new zest, but we lose it by February 15th. So if we just come in and say, okay, it's January 1st again, we get that new energy and that momentum that a new year always brings. So new possibilities is what it really reminds me of.
I love it. What type of clients does your firm work with right now? If you're taking on any clients, I don't know if you are or not, you'll let us know. So what type of clients are you taking on these days? And how can folks best connect with you to stay in the conversation over and beyond today so they can connect with your company?
Yes. So I work primarily with women entrepreneurs who are coaches, they're speakers, they're authors. You are an expert in your field. You're not an amateur. You're not new to this. You are true to this. And you want to know how to package your skill set, your experience, and all those degrees into a profitable online brand and business. And that business could be a coaching business, a course business, and 9 out of 10 times you are a speaker. You have a gift, you have a message, and you want to share it with the world. And our vision is to package your expertise, market your expertise, and sell your TikTok at Hey Dr. Shade or Dr. Shadé, and let me know that you found me here. And I would love to have a conversation, and we can schedule a call to see if my team and I can support you.
Fantastic. Let me first say thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you sharing this episode with someone else, because without you, well, there is no show. And I love to share every night at 11 o'clock. And I hope you wait for this moment, because maybe no one's told you this today, but I love to share that you're awesome, that you're so freaking amazing, that you got so much talent buried deep down inside of you. And that for you, today is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason, your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name, in case you forgot, is Shadé Brown. That's me, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is long. Life is short. You got to live in that moment. You got to make it count. God bless me. Wish you success. All right, Shadé, thanks so much. We appreciate you. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace.